Hello, it's Rose again, and in this video I want to talk to you about base coats, builder gel and top coat. The first category that we want to talk about is base coats. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have not used all of the products under the sun yet because I've only been doing nails for about a year and I've only tried this many products. So the products that I'm about to mention are very accessible in Australia, because I know that in Australia it's a little bit harder for us to get the products that are going viral on Amazon US, and sometimes they don't ship it to Australia, which is really frustrating. But fear not, I've got you. These are the products that I have gotten with ease in Australia. Okay, so first thing, base coats. I have got 3 base coats that I wanted to share with you. And the first thing is the trusty old Aimeili base coat. This is easily accessible on Amazon. It is actually a really good base coat given its value. It is quite thin in consistency. It lasts really well on most of my clients, and it's really affordable. I think it's only like $11 for the base and the top coat, which we'll get to a little bit later, but the base coat is actually pretty good. And I use this like literally every nail session. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the CATWALK Base Gel. This is a Korean soft gel base. And not gonna lie, not my favorite. I don't know, it has a very watery consistency. And I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't last as well. Everyone that I've used this on, including myself, has lifted and peeled off really quickly, like within days, whereas the Aimeili base coat has lasted weeks, like 5-6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks even, with proper prep applications. So I don't think it's the problem of my prep, I think it's the gel. The product quality really does matter. It's not an expensive one, it just works better. This is a lot pricier. This is double the price of Aimeili, but this doesn't work as well. I don't know. So what I usually use this for, because I don't want to waste it, I just use this as a clear gel to mix other colors to make it a syrup gel. And I understand that it doesn't really work with every single brand of colored polishes, but so far it's worked okay for me. And I use this a lot to test different products or to make press-ons. It works okay for press-ons. Next thing I want to talk about was the JELLO JELLO Peelable Base Gel. This is really cool because once you apply this and you cure it, it stays on your nails really nice. But when you're ready to take it off, you can easily use the remover that comes with it to apply it around the cuticles, and then just kind of like use a cuticle stick to push it off. It's really handy. I'm sure you've seen like a lot of big YouTube nail gurus use this, do like really extravagant designs. Instead of like cutting off every single gem, they kind of just use this and then just peel the whole nail off. It's really cool. For me, this doesn't really work that well, maybe because of the way I'm using it as well. I think you gotta drench the nail, absolutely drench the nail in it, and then try to lift it off. But anyway, this is really handy if you are testing out designs on yourself or if you're making content. Really good. This one, please don't come for me, but I got this when I was in Korea. I know I said that it was accessible in Australia. If I find any sites that sell this, that ship to Australia, I will definitely link it in the description box below. Now next, builder gel. Ever since I introduced builder gel to my nail services, my nail business has taken off. I didn't realize how in demand builder gel was. What builder gel is pretty much like a thick gel that goes over your natural nails, and it gives you that strong layer of protection, it gives you that thickness, it gives you like that nice apex, that nice curvature of your nails to make it look fuller and healthier, especially if you have really weak, thin, brittle nails or like really flat nail beds. Builder gel is the way to go. And it's also very lightweight, it's very comfortable. I know that sometimes acrylics can get a little bit heavy and a little bit thick. Some girls like a little bit thinner, so builder gel is definitely the way to go. There are 4 builder gels that I have tried in my 1 year of being a nail tech. The first builder gel I have tried is the Aimeili Builder Base, and I gotta be honest, not good. Full stop, not good. It doesn't cure properly under the lights that I have. It's very sticky, very thick, very hard to apply. not good. Not gonna recommend it for beginners, not recommended for everyone. I am sorry, Aimeili. My honest opinion, do not. Next up, Born Pretty. This is very accessible. I believe NSI sells this, or the Nail Shop Australia sells this as well, but it's pretty much they call it the reinforcement gel, but it's builder gel. It's a thicker gel that goes on top. It's like an overlay gel. I quite like this, especially for its price. It's pretty good value for money. It works. It's really hard when it sets, but I mainly use this on my toes because of how cheap it is, and I don't feel bad. Next builder gel that I want to talk about is this one. This is the Vendeeni Builder Gel, Vendeeni Russian Builder Gel. And I actually bought this off AliExpress after researching a lot on which builder gel is good for beginners. First of all, this builder gel, it is a really flowy texture, and you can see that it flows quite nicely, and it's really easy to manipulate. You do have to apply this with a brush, a rounded head brush like this. For these brushes, you do have to like condition them in base coat first, otherwise it creates lots of streaks. Anyway, this builder gel is really good, and it soaks off really well. It soaks off like in one piece almost. It looks like a contact lens when it's soaked off, and I have made a couple of TikToks about this, and a lot of people have asked me what builder gel that is, and that is this one right here. But yeah, this is the gel. The only thing about this gel is though, if they're a little bit rougher with their hands, this gel tends to lift and chip a little bit easier because it is so soft when it's cured. That brings me to the next builder gel that I want to talk about, which is my ultimate favorite, Jin B. This is the Jin B Ivy Cool Clear Builder Gel, rating of 4 for the hold. This is really good because, as the name suggests, it's a cool non-heating builder gel. It is a really thick consistency. Like if I lay it on the side, it flows so slowly, but you get the idea. Once it's set, this is hard. Like this is going nowhere. I have tried this gel alongside the Vendeeni builder gel, and this gel outperforms this one by far. The pricing is also a little bit steeper than this. This jar is about $30 or $40 Australian dollars, I believe. I think this is really worth it because clients have been getting 3 to 4 weeks retention, no problem. Yeah, this gel, highly recommend. I got this from Luna Beauty Store as well, from Melbourne, Australia. Now, the next one that I want to talk about is top coat. Top coat is so important because it's the finishing step in your manicure, and it seals off all of the art, all of the color, all of the edges that you have done, and it seals in all of the charms. The first thing I want to talk about to wrap up the Aimeili series is the non-wipe top coat. I think this works okay. The downside to this is yellows. It yellows over time. Despite what other people say on Amazon, this being a really good top coat, I agree. This wears pretty well in terms of like, it doesn't chip that much. Especially for its price. It's like $10 for 2 things, right? And I have noticed that throughout the year that I have been using this, I did use this quite a bit, but I have noticed that if I do a white design or like a see-through milky white design, after 2 weeks with this top coat, it turns to a milky yellow, and that is just not it. So what I'm using this for currently is when we do soft gel extensions, I am using this top coat to seal the underside of their nails, you know, because you can't see it, and this works well for that purpose. So, and you don't want to use a super expensive top gel for something to, you know, seal the underside of your nails. So this is a really good option for that. Next top coat I want to talk about, I'm sorry Apres, but Apres scratch resistant top coat, not my thing. Everyone's got their own opinions, and my opinion of this Apres top coat, scratch resistant top coat, it's just not great. It's not that shiny, and it does scratch still, and I've used this a couple times. I try to like it, but I just can't bring myself to like it. It's just been sitting there collecting dust. You see how dusty that is? I haven't been using it. It's just sitting there. Next top coat I want to talk about is Winnie the Pooh Honey Top. This is their collaboration with DGel, I believe, and this is a Korean gel. This is such a good top coat, guys. I'm so happy with this top coat. I originally bought this when I was shopping on Luna Beauty store, and I saw this. I'm like, oh, this is really cute. I bought it with the packaging, but this is really cute. Let me get that. I bought it, and it just works so well. It doesn't yellow over time. But yeah, it's really good. I'm pretty rough with my hands, and I file like the edge of my nails, and this doesn't really chip, so really good. I also use this a lot for the glazed donut nails. So you know how you have to use a layer of top coat and then you rub the chrome powder in? This is the one that I grab, because if you use this top coat to do the chrome nails, for some reason this top gel shrinks on itself and it creates little holes, and it doesn't look, it's very obvious when you rub the chrome powder in, and you have to go over it so many times. When you're doing 5 fingers, imagine taking about 30 seconds per finger, and by the end of the 5 fingers you have to go back and make sure to smooth it all out again. This is just not it. This, you don't have to do that. Once it's on, it's on. It doesn't shrink on itself. Really good. Next is this crazy top coat. I also bought this from Luna Beauty store. This is really, really thick. Well, to be honest, I did buy the thick one, but this is really, really thick, guys. Look, just that's a top coat. That is so thick. Look at that. You do have to also, I apply it with a brush, but this is also really good if you are trying to seal in the charms. When you are putting on charms, you want to make sure that there is a little edge. You know how when they apply the little silicone sealant on the side of the walls to seal everything? I think of that like that. So I just use like a little liner brush, and I take a little bit and I just go around all of the charms to make sure that it's all sealed once it's been all glued on. This is really good. But the only thing is, because it's so thick, it takes a little bit longer to apply in a very short nail service, or if you're in a rush or something. This is kind of hard for beginners to use. I still consider myself a beginner. I'm very much a beginner, so this is not very beginner friendly, but it is a very good product. I do like it. Let me drop it again. Okay, interesting product. Next is this resin top coat. This is not a non-wipe top coat, which means this is a wipe top coat. Once you put this on, you have to use a lint-free wipe and an alcohol spray to wipe the tacky layer off. Otherwise your nail clients are gonna go out and they're gonna have sticky nails. But this is a wipe top coat. Make sure you wipe it down. This is a little bit thicker than normal top gels, but what I have found with this top coat is that it doesn't yellow. Really good. It's quite thick and it self-levels, so if you have like uneven spots on your nail surface, this levels out really nicely. Especially once you apply it, get your client to like hold their hand out like this so that it pulls like a nice apex with the gravity. That's a good hack that I do anyway. Yeah, so I really like this, even though it takes a little bit longer to wipe down the tacky layer afterwards. I really like this. Highly recommend. Next is a matte top coat. This is the same brand as the builder gel that I was talking about previously, but this is the Vendeeni matte top coat. You can see this is very well loved. I use this to do a lot of chrome powder accents, because when you do chrome powders you have to make sure that the surface is not sticky, so you can't have that inhibition layer with the gel. You have to make sure that it's matte somehow, whether that's filing it, buffing it so that nothing sticks, or you can use a matte top gel. I choose to use this because I don't want to take any colors off. I want to seal everything in, and this stays really well. You do also have to apply it with a brush, but yeah, this is my favorite matte top coat. I haven't used that many. I think the other one I have used is the Aimeili matte top coat, and that one, no, I don't like that one. So I've been using this one and it works really well. All of these products I have successfully bought with ease in Australia, because nothing comes to Australia. We're a deserted island. No one wants to sell to us. No one wants to come here, especially Adelaide. No one wants to come to Adelaide. It's okay. This is not a complaining video. This is just raising awareness for nail companies to ship their stuff to Adelaide, because we're out here thirsty. I hope you enjoyed this video of the reviews of my base coats, builder gel and top gels. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. Yeah, I will make another video of what I have for the collection of my colors and gel and colored gel polishes and all that, and I will see you next week. Bye.